Hi there, my name is Becky Black. I am a sales coordinator with the Juice Plus Tower Garden business, and I have been doing this amazing business for 4 years now. And I wanted to share my Tower Garden business journey with you guys. I think we're finally in a time where people are really understanding the importance of whole foods, getting the variety of the rainbow into our bodies, and especially about wanting to grow their own food. So I just wanted to share my journey and where it all began, how I got them into so many schools, and we'll just go from there. So just a little bit of a background. I was very fortunate enough to grow up on a dairy farm. So I always had access to land, acreage, knew exactly where all of our food was coming from. My grandmother had a wonderful garden. And I ended up going to school for hotel resort restaurant administration. And, I started as a dishwasher to a supervisor. I was waitressing up to assistant management and all the way up into management. And I've always been surrounded by food. The last 10 years were at Carleton University, where I managed 3 cafeterias. I've always, especially now that I have children, I have a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old, I really understand the importance of nutrition in our children's bodies, and especially in places of learning. I think it is so important where the food comes from, and how it's been processed, or their lack of, not processed. And then we can get into retirement homes, nursing homes, hospitals is a whole other topic. But this is where it all began with me. I was fortunate. They ended up buying the bundle pack, so they bought 3 towers. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. This was my training. So guys, when I tell you, just don't be afraid. There was a lot of growth during this. There was a lot of death during this, but it was truly the way that I learned how to do it. It got to I think the second growing season, I can't remember. We ended up dedicating 2 tower gardens to basil, and then 1 just to leafy greens, where we could put that into our salad bar. And then all of the basil, we could say, because of the high yields, that all of the basil that came off of our tower garden was put into our spaghetti sauce at our pasta station. So one thing that we did a lot of were events, events, events. And, anybody that does, any type of owns an online business, it's super important to get out there, get out into the community. And Sarah, who is my upline, she was my neighbor. That's how we met, was on my back deck having a glass of wine. And we joined the business together. So we decided to do a pop-up event in our neighborhood. And many of you know me, I am slightly social. So this was really fun. I was able to meet my neighbors. We really don't do that anymore. We go out and our heads are down and you don't even say hi, neighbor. So it was just a really fun event. We had a kids table set up. We had our tower garden out there, and we just did a barbecue. And we, again, had really no idea what we were doing, but we just wanted to share our new business venture, and everybody was amazing and had a really, really great time. So these are just some more events that we have done. My all-time favorite, and it's the country girl coming out in me, are the small town trade shows. I love meeting local farmers, local artisans. Like, I just love, I just think, again, guys, during this time, it is so important to be supporting, local businesses. So that's just showing a small town trade show. I did a private school summit. Carleton University let me set up on move-in weekend when all the kids were moving in, and the parents, obviously, what parent doesn't love to see that, some of their children's food is actually being grown on campus? I think that's a huge, will be a huge selling feature for me. Carlingwood Mall, we set up for a weekend. We did a pop-up event and a dance competition, and then the bottom right here is Nav Canada. They've always been wonderful. They have a few tower gardens, and they do a free eco fair. So yeah, I've loved tower gardens all over the place. So what more in-home events? I find when you have a tower garden, it's super easy to do an in-home event. The one at the bottom right-hand corner was with a girlfriend of mine, and we just set it up as a classroom style. We had our TV playing, just showing how a tower garden works, and then we just opened it up for questions. And it was super intimate, formal, or not formal. We were able to ask questions. It was really relaxed, and then we gave everybody some fresh basil that they were able to take away with them. And then salad in a jar parties are pretty popular, where everyone brings an ingredient and you do meal prep for 5 days. You have lunches made, and yeah, it's super social and great, and then you're being healthy. So just to, tell you guys, like a tower garden, I mean, the base is filled with water, it waters itself, it uses 93% water than a soil garden does. It uses 90% less space, so it's so sustainable, and it yields 30% faster. So another thing that I love about it is I can go away on vacation. I don't have to worry about it. I can be gone for, a few days and it waters itself. Or when there's droughts even happening, I'm not worried because I'm using the water in my tower that's just being recycled through the unit to water the plants. So you can see there's my son eating his, obviously his whole food supplement food, and behind him is the tower garden. So I just live on I live in a little townhouse, as I mentioned earlier. I grew up with acreage that I do not have anymore. So the base, 3 feet by 3 feet in diameter, just fits perfectly in the corner of the top of my deck, and we're able to grow 20 plants. That's the smallest size, and we grow food for my whole family. So people always ask me how I got tower gardens into so many schools. So I am proud to say that we have towers in over 90 schools throughout the city of Ottawa and surrounding area. One day I had a gentleman approach me at Carleton University, and he pretty much asked me, in a nutshell, why should I buy tower gardens off of you? And I just, without thinking, said, I'm going to get you free shipping. So yeah, with that being said, my first order was 14 tower gardens, and my sister, there she is beside me, she helped me there's my mom working really hard in the background. And we rented a U-Haul, and we shipped all of the tower gardens to Ottawa. So that's how I saved on the shipping. And later I found out that it was actually a 5-year funded project. So the following year was 20 towers, the year after that was 25, the year after that was 28. And through that, program, a Healthy Kids program contacted me, and they ordered 13 tower gardens. So it really, really was just word of mouth and a domino effect in how it happened. Yeah. And I just like showing this picture. It's just showing all of the different people that tower gardens can impact. There just should be, a regular family on here as well. I've sold towers to many homes, and the amount, I think, like I said at the beginning, especially during these times, people are really caring more about where their food comes from. And I don't know, but between you and me, I'm trying to really reduce the amount of times I'm going to the grocery store, and usually it is for the fresh produce. So tower gardens can grow anything that does not require soil or a tree. So it can grow watermelon, zucchini, eggplants, cucumbers. Whoever your rep is, just get them to help you with it. Tower Garden has a YouTube channel, so you can go on there. The Tower Garden website is filled with information. There is tons of support out there for you to grow successfully. Top left-hand corner, truly, truly, guys, Juice Plus Tower Gardens is a company with a heart. This company donates, gives away so much stuff to help people better their health, and this is just one example showing the tower gardens. They donated a tower garden to every single Boys and Girls Club throughout North America. So safe to say, Sarah and I, we were able to get them into every single Boys and Girls Club here in Ottawa. This is just showing some of the kids in classrooms planting. The little shadow there with some tower gardens, that's my son playing the piano at City Hall. So we have them set up at City Hall. This is another image, bottom right, is a refugee community center where a lot of these families had never seen fresh produce before, so that was wonderful. And top right is an amazing high school, Sir Guy Carleton High School. They have a beautiful greenhouse. They've got aquaponics in there where they have fish, and the fish are eating off the roots, and then the fish are fertilizing the roots. Like, such a cool ecosystem. Another thing that I got out of this business was that I know a lot of people, I know I'm viewed as very outgoing, but I mean, there are still things that scare me. And this business has definitely allowed me to get out of my comfort zone. You know, I've reached out to local professionals in our community. I now work closely with a functional medicine practitioner who just actually joined my team, and my chiropractor. And we've created Happy Healthy Boss Babes, and we do talks. We try to get together and do talks once a month. And it's just ways that each of us can get out into the community to share. That's all we're doing here, guys, is we're sharing ways to be healthier and happier in our lives. That's it. That's all we're here for. The one there with video cameras in the center, I was asked by some journalism students to do a video on tower gardens and how they work. And, you know, I was nervous and scared, but yeah, of course I said yes, because I know how many people need to know about these amazing units. And then, yeah, top right, there I am with some local professionals in my community, and we did Boost Your Immune System talk. And bottom right is my very first tower garden training that the company asked me to come to Toronto to do. So definitely a lot of amazing fun stuff. And okay, so I already touched on personal development. I cannot emphasize that enough. I worked, if I'm repeating myself, I apologize, but I did work with a company for a very long time, and I was feeling stagnant, and like it was Groundhog Day and every day was the same. And I'm like, there has to be more out there. And I see it, I can visualize it, but you know, what is it? And then, like I keep saying, when this business presented itself, I thought, you know what, why not? These are just a few of the faces that have completely changed my life. Sorry. Stephen Ritz and the Funny Cheese Hat. He is, if you do not know who he is, just look up the Green Bronx Machine. He's done a TED Talk, and he's completely changed people's lives through growing food. It's amazing. I've been to Phoenix, Arizona. I would never have gone to Phoenix had I not joined this business for my first conference. And while I was there, I saw my college roommate that I hadn't seen in 10 years. So I ended up staying 4 days longer than normal. Did Tampa, and our last conference, very first, was the Canadian conference, and it was absolutely amazing and wonderful. And like I said, these guys are always around during good times and bad times, and it's an absolutely wonderful company to be affiliated with. The new tower home. So the ones in all of the photos in this presentation it's now called the Tower Garden Flex. This is now called the Tower Garden Home. You guys asked for it. You wanted a smaller version. The company listened. Love it. Another check. Innovative. Always moving forward. So this is the Tower Garden Home. So the base, instead of being 20, holding 20 gallons of water, it holds 13. It has 16 growing pockets, regular size, and then 16 microgreens, grow lights. The timer is built right into the lights. And it's literally a plug and play system. You plug it in, it waters itself, the lights are on a timer. The maintenance for these guys is super, super low. You're going to be topping it up with water, you're going to be checking the pH levels, and you're going to be harvesting. That's it. You spend way more time in a soil garden, weeding, bending, heavy lifting. You know, this is so, so easy. I always like to share some resources with people as well. On the website, whoever you chat with that showed you these tower gardens, they have a website, and that's another thing I loved about the company is that the websites are beautiful. They keep them up to date. So the Tower Garden website is amazing. There is school curriculum on there. So all of you people that are stuck at home homeschooling, yeah, the Tower Garden's great. Science, there's a lot of science in there. So great, great, great. We do have a Facebook page. It's called Canada's Tower Gurus. There are grants. Just Google grants, guys, for right now to see if there's any funding for certain projects that you're looking at. And then, yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, TowerGal _ guru. And that is it. I'm so glad that I was able to share this with you. If any of the information, you know, resonated with you, you want to jump on this business, you want to buy a tower garden, by all means, definitely reach out to the person that shared this video with you, and let's get started. Never before, like a time right now, have I been grateful to have this business. This business plan B. I joined this business while working a 45-hour work week, raising my children. I did this business in stolen moments, and it did allow me to leave. I have left that corporate job and I focus on this, and I get to do things that make me happy. I work 3 days a week at a kickboxing gym that helps people with Parkinson's disease and seniors. I'm done, doing things just because it's what society says I need to do. So I just want to do something that can change the world, put money in my bank account, and make me happy while helping others. Take care.